whiskey burns slow on your tongue, like desire in the dark, a flame that never needed words to leave its perfect mark. You leaned into the bar light like sin dressed up as grace, and every shadow worshipped the outline of your face. Your voice was warm molasses poured through velvet blackened air, soft enough to kill a man, sweet enough to make him swear. You sang like midnight hunger, aching slow, dripping heat, and every note you touched became a pulse beneath my feet. Your dress, like liquid satin, clung to secrets on your skin, a danger dipped in honey. I was powerless within. You smiled like you've been waiting for a soul to taste your fire, and I was just a heartbeat from surrendering desire. The trumpet wept behind you like a lover left unseen, and cigarette smoke curled around you, ghost-like, slow, obscene. You moved the way temptation learns to whisper instead of scream, a velvet sin unfolding like a half-remembered dream. You reached for me in silence, just a glance, no spoken vow, yet the night bent down around us like it wanted us somehow. Your breath against my cheek was warmth that thundered through my spine, and time collapsed to hunger, your red mouth tasting like wine. The room dissolved in gold and sweat, in shadows soft and deep, where bodies speak in rhythm and old secrets never sleep. You let your fingers trace me like a crime too sweet to hide, and I swore I heard forgiveness in the way you pressed your side. We danced like wicked angels born of jazz and midnight sin, like every moment left on earth was only here to begin. Your skin was burning starlight, your heartbeat wild and tight, and I drown inside your fever like I'd never touched daylight. When dawn came like a thief, stealing warmth from champagne breath, I lay inside the echo of our night, half love, half death. But I still taste your whiskey heat, your velvet dangerous skin, and God, I'd burn again for you the moment night comes in. what she once knew. A soft and subtle halo in a shade the night withdrew. Her lipstick left a memory on the rim she brushed aside. A silent plea for tenderness she never meant to hide. Her gaze was molten velvet, dripping slowly into mine. A warmth beneath her sorrow that felt dangerously divine. She leaned across the table with a hunger soft and slow, and red smoke traced her silhouette in flickering amber glow. Her voice was hushed seduction, wrapped in satin's quiet sound, a melody of longing rarely meant to be unbound. She whispered, "Hold me closer, there is something I must feel," and all the shadows listened as her breathing turned to steel. We kissed without a warning, like the night had shaped our lips. A trembling burst of longing flowing gently from her hips. Red smoke rose around us like a curtain pulled aside, revealing all the pieces of the love she couldn't hide. The band behind us faded into muted pulses low, and every heartbeat thundered through the crimson haloed glow. Her hands crawled up my shoulders with a softness fierce and sure, and I pulled her closer gently so her trembling could endure. She tasted like a promise made of sweetness and regret, a kiss that left me wanting more than life had offered yet. She whispered through her breathing that she feared we'd fall apart, but red smoke wrapped around her like the armor of her heart. We stayed until the darkness thinned to gray along the wall, still tracing shapes of longing in the silence of it all. Her forehead touched my jawline like a vow she couldn't speak, and red smoke trailed her smile as she brushed against my cheek. And when the morning dimmed the fire glowing in her eyes, she kissed me one last time beneath the pale and honest skies. A kiss painted in red smoke, soft, unforgettable, true. A moment sealed forever in a shade the night once knew. and shadows melted softly on the edges of your face. You leaned into the bar light with a tremble in your breath, a softness born from heartbreak dancing gently next to death. The saxophone behind you cried a story built of ache, while every breath you offered felt like something I could take. Your hand slid down your whiskey glass, a slow seductive trace, a quiet kind of longing blooming warm across your face. You said you weren't the type to fall, yet here you somehow stood, a woman forged from elegance, from danger and from good. I asked you what you dreamed of when the smoke began to rise. You answered with a half-truth hiding deeply in your eyes. Your voice was velvet darkness, dripping low like honeyed wine, and I tasted all your secrets when your fingers tangled mine. We moved like fading shadows in the rhythm of the night, a whispered spark igniting under dim and golden light. Your perfume kissed the silence with a sweetness sharp and cruel, and I let you take me under like a sinner lost in rule. You told me that affection was a language you forgot, but your trembling mouth exposed the very truth your words could not. I touched your cheek and suddenly your breathing came undone, as if love itself remembered how to burn inside someone. The night grew heavy, darker, but your softness didn't fade. You held me like a secret that the universe had made. Your heartbeat wrote a symphony against my shaking chest, and every gasp between us pushed the night to manifest. When dawn began to shimmer on your still untamed desire, you kissed me slow and breathless like a whisper wrapped in fire. And though the sun stole crimson from the smoke we left behind, I keep that midnight jazz beneath the shadows of my mind. She walked in wrapped in crimson smoke, a whisper made of fire, her silhouette a slow perfume that pulled me with desire. The room fell into silence as her shadow touched the floor, and every breath she carried seemed to ask for something more. She brushed her hand against her neck, a motion soft and slow, a rhythm made for midnight in a world too cold to know. Her eyes were burning embers in the low jazz bar's embrace, and every look she offered left its warmth upon my face. She leaned against the counter like a promise left undone, a fragile kind of hunger shaped by nights she'd never won. Her voice came like a velvet sigh, escaping something thin, a sound so sweet and dangerous it slid beneath my skin. The trumpet cried behind her like a ghost that knew her name, and she closed her eyes in longing as it breathed her hidden shame. Her lips held silent stories, soaked in whiskey, soaked in sin, and crimson smoke kept curling like a halo on her skin. I stepped toward her slowly, fearing she would fade away, but she smiled like a secret that had learned how long to stay. Her fingers brushed my shoulder like a kiss she didn't mean, yet the tremble in her touch revealed a truth I'd never seen. We danced without a rhythm, only heartbeats keeping time. Her breath a fragile promise pressed so tightly into mine. And as the music softened, she drew closer with a grin, letting crimson smoke keep tracing fragile stories on her skin. She told me she was tired of the nights that made her cold, of lovers who unraveled her, then vanished when she told. But in my arms she settled like the calm before a sin, and breathed her aching loneliness in crimson on my skin. She touched softly at my cheek, a trembling little motion filled with words she couldn't speak, then smiled a final time as morning dared to filter in, and disappeared like smoke that once had danced upon her skin. As it slid across her skin, a halo in. Her silhouette was liquid, warm and dripping with desire. A woman carved from shadows and the memory of fire. She tilted back her cigarette with elegance and ease, exhaling velvet promises that trembled through the breeze. Her eyes were molten amber, slow and heavy in their gaze, and every glance she offered set my trembling heart ablaze. She rested on the piano as the keys began to sigh, a hush of liquid melodies swirling gently as they cried. Her fingers traced the surface like she longed to feel its soul, and every touch she gifted made the broken pieces whole. She leaned toward me slowly with a knowing wicked grace, a sinful invitation blooming softly on her face. Her voice slid down my body like warm honey in the night, and everything she whispered pulled me deeper into light. The smoke became a curtain made of shimmer and desire. The music bent around her like a serpent made of fire. She touched my wrist so gently that my breath refused to stay, and the room dissolved to nothing as she pulled herself my way. Her laughter was a melody of secrets half confessed, a rhythm born from chaos, lightly blooming in her chest. She kissed me through the cigarette, still burning in her hand, a taste of golden danger only fools could understand. We melted into darkness as the jazz swelled soft and low. Her warmth became the only truth the world would ever know. Her skin, a glowing canvas, brushed in amber, smoke and sin, a masterpiece of longing, wrapped in shadows paper thin. When the night grew still and quiet, she exhaled a final sigh, a breath of burning sunlight painted slowly through the sky. Golden smoke still lingers where her story once began, a memory of fire resting gently on her skin. the dark, her breath a trembling flame, a secret shaped by longing as she gently spoke my name. Her lips were soft confession, yet her eyes were fierce and wild. A woman built from danger and the sorrow of a child. She touched the edge of shadow like she hoped it'd pull her hand in. A dance between desire and the memory of sin. Her fingers brush my collarbone with quiet aching grace, and everything inside me burned to see her fragile face. The bar fell into silence as her body leaned to mine, a closeness soaked in perfume, dark like cherry wine. Her heartbeat tapped a rhythm only midnight understands, a trembling pulse of elegist unraveling in my hands. She told me she'd been running from the ghosts of lovers past, from promises that shattered long before they ever last. But still her voice grew tender as she whispered through the pain, I wanna feel alive tonight, I wanna breathe again. I pulled her closer gently as the sax began to moan. Her breath slid down my neck like she was carving out a home. She kissed me with a hunger shaped from decades of restraint, a masterpiece of longing brushed in passion's richest paint. Her body moved like poetry against the smoky air, a rhythm made of heartbreak wrapped in satin unaware. She clung to me like dawn clings to the final grip of night, as if her soul would shatter if she ever left my sight. The music swelled around us in a crimson-coated glow, and every sigh she offered told a truth she'd never show. Her whisper shaped the universe inside that velvet dark, a fragile burning symphony igniting like a spark. When morning kissed her shoulder, she looked up soft and new, and whispered one last sentence, thank you for pulling me through. My heart still holds that moment like an everlasting mark, the night I learned her whisper in the trembling velvet dark. carved in red, a sweetness dipped in danger with the truth she never said. The night behind her flickered with a sultry ember flame, and every stolen heartbeat pulsed the rhythm of her name. She leaned across the table with a hunger in her eyes, a longing shaped by memories she dressed in quiet lies. I watched her fingers tremble on a glass of ruby wine, and felt the world grow smaller as her breathing tangled mine. The jazz band swayed behind her like a storm that learned to sing, and every note that touched her skin became a trembling wing. Her laughter held a shadow of the secrets she adored, a melody of sweetness with a risk she never wore. She told me she was tired of the nights that came too soon, of promises that vanished with the fading of the moon. But still her lips kept glowing like an ember soft and true, a fire begging gently for a place to burn anew. I touched her hand in silence as her pulse began to race. A shiver wrapped in satin crossed the softness of her face. She closed her eyes and whispered, "Let the night forget my past," and leaned into my heartbeat as if time had stopped at last. The smoke curled around her shoulders like a silken haunted cloak, a ghost of every moment, every heartbreak ever spoke. Yet when she kissed me softly, all her sadness drifted free, a midnight flame of passion burning deep inside of me. The music slowed to honey as she pulled me in again, her breath a sinful symphony of longing wrapped in sin. And though the dawn was rising in the cracks along the floor, we held each other tighter, wanting just a little more. Her lips left one last memory, velvet, smoky, warm, sublime, a lingering temptation dripping softly into time. And though the morning stole her like a dream too sweet to last, midnight lips and velvet smoke still haunt me from the past. Cigarette smoke curled gently like a ghost above her lips. A fragile poem floating from her trembling fingertips. She breathed out slow and delicate, a soft unbroken flame, and every drifting silver line wrote pieces of her name. The bar was quiet, heavy with desires left unsaid, and every lonely patron felt her presence in their head. She carried all her history in the tilt of her perfume, a sweetness mixed with danger pulsing softly through the room. Her laughter was a warning wrapped in caramel and wine, a promise that she'd haunt you long after midnight shine. She brushed her curls behind her ear with elegant control, but sadness hid like shadows in the corners of her soul. She walked toward the piano with a sway both fierce and slow, her silhouette a masterpiece the low lights couldn't let go. When her fingers touched the glossy keys, the night began to weep, and I felt her distant heartbeat beating somewhere dark and deep. She played a tune of tenderness that broke the smoky air, a lullaby for shattered hearts that lingered everywhere. Her voice came necked, sweet, sultry, like a lover in the dark, a melody that branded souls and always left a mark. She sang of losing pieces of herself in every kiss, of men who held her gently but forgot the warmth they'd miss. Her music held a softness that no hunger could betray, and all the room surrendered to the sorrow in her sway. The smoke around her shimmered like a halo dipped in gold, a crown she wore in silence as her vulnerability rolled. And when she hit the final note, the world around her froze, the kind of sound that only broken-hearted lovers know. a secret dressed in fire. Silver smoke around her hips, a rhythm fueled by quiet desire. Her satin gown held moonlight in the curves it softly traced, and every shadow in the bar leaned in to know her taste. Her voice was like a whisper poured from crystal, slow and deep, a lullaby for aching hearts too tired now to sleep. She touched the microphone as if it trembled in her hand, and the jazz beneath her breathing bent itself to her command. Her eyes held stories carved by nights too heavy to explain, but her smile carried tenderness stitched gently into pain. I watched her breathe a memory she'd hidden from the light, and each note that left her parted lips undressed another night. She sang of velvet promises that wilted in the rain, of lovers who adored her then dissolved into her pain. Yet still she held her dignity like gold against her skin. A queen of broken lullabies who learned to rise again. The pianist behind her played in slow, devoted grace. His fingers chased the trembling that was shaken through her space. And when she turned to look at him, a softness filled her gaze, a moment born from hunger and the edges of their days. Her hand brushed down her satin dress as though to keep control, but the music stole her armor and revealed her tender soul. She closed her eyes and let the world dissolve into her art. A symphony of longing blooming deep inside her heart. The room forgot to breathe while she surrendered to the sound. Her shadow dancing lightly on the scarlet velvet ground. And when she held the final note, the night refused to end. For in her voice was everything too wounded to defend. She bowed into the smoky light with tears she didn't hide, and every heart inside the bar felt something break inside. For those who heard her midnight song now carry what it seems, the haunting of her satin and the echo of Your heels click like secrets on the midnight satin floor. Velvet shadows kissed your silhouette as you slipped through the door. Every step you took was a whisper made of flame, and the smoky room trembled when the band played your name. You leaned on the piano with a sigh dressed in wine, a glance soft as moonlight yet wicked by design. My pulse followed your rhythm as your fingers traced the air, and danger hung around you like perfume in your hair. You murmured something quiet about nights that broke too soon, and tenderness that bruised you under silver crescent moons. I offered you my silence, a shelter warm and slow, and you let your guard unravel in the amber evening glow. Your touch was like a promise wrapped in velvet soft and rare, but trembling at the edges like a heart too cracked to bear. We danced without moving, just breath against breath, a sweetness in the darkness, fighting sorrow, time and death. You told me you'd forgotten how to trust the night again, but the music wrapped around you like a long-lost gentle friend. I held your hand and felt your trembling grow still as the room dissolved around us into smoke and silent thrill. Your eyes grew heavy, embers warm with wanting, warm with ache, and every sigh between us was a vow we didn't make. I kissed the fear you carried from the corner of your lips, and the night bent down to catch us in its slow, forbidden grip. The band grew low and quiet like the world beneath a spell, and time forgot to wound us as we drifted where we fell. Your heartbeat brushed my collarbone, a fragile, perfect beat, a moment carved from magic where desire and mercy meet. And when the neon faded into dawn's unfaithful glow, you left your warmth upon me with a softness made to grow. But your midnight satin footsteps still echo through my core, a memory in heels returning softly to my door. Your heels click like secrets on the midnight satin floor. Velvet shadows kissed your silhouette as you slipped through the door. Every step you took was a whisper made of flame, and the smoky room trembled when the band played your name. You leaned on the piano with a sigh dressed in wine, a glance soft as moonlight, yet wicked by design. My pulse followed your rhythm as your fingers traced the air. Danger hung around you like perfume in your hair. You murmured something quiet about nights that broke too soon, and tenderness that bruised you under silver crescent moons. I offered you my silence, a shelter warm and slow, and you let your guard unravel in the amber evening glow. Your touch was like a promise wrapped in velvet soft and rare, but trembling at the edges like a heart too cracked to bear. We danced without moving, just breath against breath, a sweetness in darkness, fighting sorrow, time and death. You told me you'd forgotten how to trust the night again, but the music wrapped around you like a long-lost gentle friend. I held your hand and felt your trembling grow still as the room dissolved around us into smoke and silent thrill. Your eyes grew heavy embers, warm with wanting, warm with ache, and every sigh between us was a vow we didn't make. I kissed the fear you carried from the corner of your lips, and the night bent down to catch us in its slow, forbidden grip. The band grew low and quiet like the world beneath a spell, and time forgot to wound us as we drifted where we fell. Your heartbeat brushed my collarbone, a fragile, perfect beat, a moment carved from magic where desire and mercy meet. And when the neon faded into dawn's unfaithful glow, you left your warmth upon me with a softness made to grow. But your midnight satin footsteps still echo through my core, a memory in heels returning softly to my door. Midnight wrapped your silhouette in silk, the night you turned to me, a quiet glow around your frame like moonlight lost at sea. Your fingers brushed the table as the jazz began to swell, and every trembling heartbeat felt like something new to tell. You smiled as though the darkness knew your secrets one by one. The sweetness hiding sorrow where the shadows come undone. Your voice was low and velvet, warm as whiskey on the air, and every breath you offered felt like something rare. You leaned in close and whispered soft, "Don't leave me when it breaks," as if the dawn had stolen all the tenderness it makes. I touched your cheek so lightly that your fear dissolved in two, and midnight silk around you shaped the world anew. The saxophone cried golden tears that shimmered through your hair, and every note bent gently like a fragile whispered prayer. You closed your eyes and let the melody pull open every seam, and I knew that loving you would be a lifetime wrapped in dreams. The smoke curled slowly upward as you kissed me through the haze, and time stood still to watch you in the soft red barroom glaze. Your heartbeat pressed to mine as though it yearned to touch the truth, and all the world around us felt reborn with trembling youth. We danced without a movement, letting silence guide the way. A promise stitched in shadows where our worries couldn't stay. Your hands around my shoulders felt like tides that never yielded, and midnight silk became the armor for the love we gently wielded. Your lips were soft beginnings, warm and swollen from the tears, and every kiss erased the ghosts that held your heart for years. You whispered, "Stay forever," though forever felt too bright. Yet still I swore to hold you through each lonely piece of night. And when the morning shimmered pale against your fragile eyes, you touched my face with trembling grace and whispered no goodbyes. Midnight silk was fading, but your heart was beating strong. A promise wrapped around us where we both finally belong. She stepped into the spotlight like a secret dressed in gold. Her voice a tender weapon shaped by stories never told. The band fell silent gently as she breathed a trembling note, and every heart inside the room leaned closer to her throat. Her song unfurled like moonlight on a river made of glass, a slow confession drifting through the room as moments passed. She lifted up her eyes as though releasing ancient pain, and sang the night wide open with a soft, intoxicating strain. Her hips swayed like a rhythm born from longing's sweetest thread, a body carved from sorrow, hope, and every tear she shed. Her voice became the thunder that her heart refused to keep, a storm that woke the shadows from their melancholy sleep. She held the mic like lovers hold the promises they fear, a trembling dedication only broken souls revere. Yet when she reached the chorus, something holy filled the air, a truth that felt like healing slipping softly through her hair. She sang of loss and victory, of battles she survived, of nights she nearly shattered, yet somehow remained alive. Her voice was silken fire burning slow along the spine, and everything she whispered felt like fate reworking time. The room began to shimmer with a longing rich and deep, as though her trembling melody had stirred the world from sleep. And when she closed her eyes, the whole bar seemed to sigh, for in her voice we tasted every reason not to cry. Like a sunset fading soft behind a hill, a glow of quiet wonder lingering though all was still. And when she slowly opened eyes that glistened bright with pain, we knew the night was hers and she'd sing it back again. She bowed and left the stage as though surrendering her light, but every soul she touched would keep her song throughout the night. And long after she vanished through the backstage velvet open, the world still breathed her melody, the night she left unbroken. Her setting flowed like moonlight down her silhouette at night. A quiet storm of elegance beneath the low red light. She hummed a tune of sorrow like she lived 1,000 lives, and every note she let fall was a heartbeat that survives. Her cigarette burned slowly like a clock that feared to turn, ash trailing like a history she'd never let unburn. She gazed across the smoky room with eyes that knew desire, but something soft and broken flickered gently like a fire. The piano cried behind her like a man who loved too late, each chord a missed confession carved in tenderness and fate. She leaned into the microphone inside between the notes, and half the room forgot themselves inside her velvet throats. The saxophone slid slowly like a promise wrapped in sin, a golden warmth that melted every wall she held within. Her voice turned low and trembling, half a sob, half ecstasy, and the bar fell into silence like a church on bended knee. The spotlight traced her skin, a shape the night adored too much to ever let back in. Her smile was sweet but dangerous, a perfume made of pain, and everyone who breathed her in was never quite the same. She sang of men with diamond lights, of nights that felt like wine, of tender hands that ruined her, then swore they'd make her fine. And yet she glowed, resilient, like a rose that knows its thorn, a woman built of midnight smoke and places love was born. Her final note rose trembling like a secret torn apart, a prayer she never meant to speak but lived in every heart. The lights dimmed down like eyelids tired of holding back a tear, and when the music faded, no one moved, no one could hear. Then slowly she stepped backward, swallowed softly by the haze, a legend made of satin jazz and whiskey burnished days. And everyone who watched her swore they'd felt her in their lungs, like smoke that never leaves you, even years after it's gone. fingertips like secrets left untold. A ghost of midnight longing wrapped in whispers soft and bold. Her eyes were lit with danger, but her voice was dipped in grace, and every breath she offered warmed the shadows on her face. She sat beside the piano where the low notes slowly bled, and every trembling chord exposed the words she never said. Her hands danced through the darkness like a prayer aching free, a fragile plea for someone who could understand the plea. I watched her from a corner while the music seized the night, her silhouette a monument of soldier's smoky light. She touched her lips and sighed as if the world had grown too small, and the smoke beneath her fingertips became her aching call. She said she feared affection more than any passing ache, for love could melt her armor or the soul it tried to break. But when I held her hand, her breath began to shift to bloom, and the smoke beneath her fingers filled the longing in the room. We sat in fading silence as the band hung low and slow, a rhythm shaped by yearning neither dared to fully show. She whispered, promise nothing, though her heartbeat begged for more, and the smoke beneath her fingers drifted trembling to the floor. I kissed her trembling knuckles with a gentleness she feared, and all the pain she carried seemed to slowly disappear. Her lips curled into softness like a dawn on shattered dreams, and the smoke beneath her fingers lost its fragile breaking seams. She leaned into my shoulder with the courage she denied, and everything she fought for felt too heavy left inside. But when she took my hand again, the truth began to slip. The smoke beneath her fingers warmed the sorrow on her lips. When morning found her quiet, with her hair undone and wild, she kissed my cheek with innocence as gentle as a child. And though she left in silence through the golden morning mist, I still remember sweetness in the smoke beneath her fingertips. Whiskey kiss your lips like midnight sin. Slow burn fire pulling me in. A saddened laugh, a dangerous smile. a promise that could ruin your world. Your perfume floated like a secret crime. Stolen moments outside of time. Jazz brush gold across your skin. And every blink said, let him in. The saxophone moan like lovers ache. Notes dripping slow like something could break. You lean close, velvet voice low, saying, baby, where do you think this could go? I trace your jaw like a song unheard. You answered only with breath, not word. Your heartbeat trembled against my hand, like jazz too raw to understand. Smoke spiraled up like prayers to lust. Glass half empty, hearts half trust. You tasted like sin and Sunday wine, and I knew I'd fall if you gave me time. The bar dimmed down, the world stood still. Your touch a spark I couldn't kill. We move like ink through shadowed light. Two sinners born for the same dark night. You said love ruins, love scars, love bleeds, but kissed me again like breaking leads. And in that kiss, the world caught flame, and nothing after felt the same. And morning broke, pale, unforgiving. I left still tasting you, still living. Whiskey lips, 2 a.m. heat. A sin I'd chase again next week. Whiskey slow upon her lips, she smiled like midnight's pride. A quiet ache behind her eyes, she never let outside. Her laughter held a trembling note the moon refused to tame. And every breath she offered curled in whispers of my name. She played with shadows on the between the heart she lost and one that almost grew. Her fingers traced the glass as if rehearsing something sweet. And in the hush between us I could hear her heartbeat beat. The piano hummed beneath us like a warm, forbidden kiss, a promise soaked in bourbon that the world would fail to miss. She tilted back her head as though releasing hidden fears, and whiskey slow upon her lips dissolved her silent tears. She spoke of nights that drowned her, of a love she couldn't keep, a story stitched in shadow she had whispered in her sleep. But when she touched my shoulder, something fragile came alive. Softness only longing, or the jazz could dare revive. Her body leaned toward mine like it belonged against my chest, a soul so gently breaking yet so desperate to rest. I held her as the music shaped the room in golden dips, and felt the warmth of sorrow melt in whiskey on her lips. She asked me if forever could be borrowed just tonight, if tenderness could hold her through the failing of the light. I kissed her like a promise that the dawn would not eclipse, tasting every trembling truth in whiskey on her lips. The night grew soft around us, full of hush and glowing sin, a story blooming quietly beneath her fragile skin. Her fingers locked with mine as though afraid the world would slip, but everything felt slower with her whiskey on my lips. When sunlight touched her shoulders in a shy and golden sweep, she whispered, "Don't forget me," in a voice no heart could keep, then walked into the morning with a sway the night still grips, leaving me with memories of whiskey on her lips. Her whiskey glass reflected all the stories she had lost, a trembling pool of memories still warm despite the cost. She held it like an anchor as the night began to lean, and every breath she offered felt like something left unseen. She turned to me with eyes that carried storms and hidden grace, 1,000 fragile moments flickering softly in her face. Her voice was low and smoky, shaped by years she couldn't show, and whispers wrapped around her in a gentle amber glow. We sat in silent rhythm as the piano hummed her name, a melody so tender it could bend her constant shame. She looked at me and murmured, "I'm afraid of what I feel. she took my trembling hand and proved her fear was real. Her laughter fell like raindrops on a dry and aching heart, and though she tried to hide it, she was breaking from the start. I told her she was stronger than her shadow seemed to be, and she whispered through her whiskey, "Stay a little close to me." Her lips brushed past my knuckles like a plea she never spoke. Then something in her sorrow wrapped around me as it broke. We breathed and sang together as the night turned warm and slow, and truth began to glimmer through her soft whiskey glow. She leaned into my chest and let the silence take its turn. A quiet, steady comfort for the things she had to burn. Her hands were cold and shaking, but they held me like a vow, a trembling kind of closeness only broken hearts allow. We kissed beneath the fading lights, where secrets learn to live, and every piece of pain she held, she let the moment give. She whispered, "Don't forget me," though she feared I'd disappear. Yet her whiskey glow grew brighter each time I pulled her near. And when the sun crept softly past the curtains in the bar, her silhouette looked peaceful like a slowly dying star. She smiled with quiet gratitude before she let me go, a whisper wrapped in whiskey, still warm beneath its glow. Your perfume tasted like cinnamon on midnight's hungry tongue, a warmth that melted slowly through the smoke where lovers hung. You leaned into the piano like a prayer too soft to hold, and every note you whispered came in shadows dipped in gold. Your dress was liquid amber when you walked across the room, a wildfire wrapped in velvet where desire learned to bloom. The trumpet moaned behind us like it envied your control, and I watched you drown the night inside the sweetness of your soul. You traced your fingers' sorrow down the edge of your champagne, as if love was carbonated in your blood like gentle pain. You smiled a wicked heartbreak that could make an stick to the edge of my desire, and my pulse became percussion to the burning of your fire. You said midnight makes me fearless, daylight makes me break, and every breath you gave me felt like something I could take. I held your waist like history, written slow and pressed in flame, and the room forgot its heartbeat when you softly said my name. The band fell into trembling like a sinner learning grace, as your hips became a rhythm only jazz could dare to trace. You kissed me like confession, messy, hot, and full of ache, and the night became religion. We were both too lost to fake. Your earrings swung like mercury along your heated throat, and my hands became the lyrics to the song we couldn't note. Your body hummed like vinyl, warm and crackling in the dark, and I felt your heartbeat shimmer like a match against a spark. When morning crawled like honey down the windows of the bar, you slipped away in silence like a fading jazz cigar, but the taste of you still lingers, cinnamon midnight heat, and I still burn at the memory of the night we couldn't repeat. The night was dressed in crimson, velvet heavy, smooth and slow, her silhouette like poured red wine beneath a copper glow. She leaned across the piano with a hunger in her eyes, and every breath she whispered tasted sweet like late goodbyes. Her voice was dark champagne, bubbling low beneath the heat, a sweetness laced with danger, pulling strangers to their feet. The pianist traced each note like he was touching sacred skin, and the room began began to tremble when the music pulled us in. Her dress cut like a blade of silk across her perfect bones, a wildfire stitched in satin set to burn through tired souls. She sang of stolen evenings and of lovers she outgrew, and though her lips were smiling, her heart knew something true. The trumpet cried behind her like a wounded silver bird, and every shaken note became the truth we never heard. She swayed with lazy danger like a goddess carved in flame, and no one in the crowd remained untouched or still the same. I watched her hands trail softly down the microphone like sin, a gesture made of promise, dare anyone to step within. The pianist felt her heartbeat in the rhythm of his keys, and for a moment time bent down like worship on its knees. Her laughter fell like whiskey, warm, golden, slow to fade, a kiss of smoke and honey drifting through the song she made. She moved as if each heartbreak made her softer, made her wild, a sinner wrapped in longing, a woman still half-child. The midnight stained the room with shades of burgundy and gold, a memory igniting in the soul that tried to hold. Her voice climbed high, then broke like glass against the moonlit floor, and no one dared to breathe until she sang one whisper more. Then silence wrapped around us, thick, electric, trembling, sweet. She bowed her head like royalty in glittering defeat, and even when the lights died down, her echo lingered bright, crimson velvet, smoke and song, the soul of that red night. Under velvet red room lighting, slow bass burning in the air, your body pulled the night like temptation and silk and prayer. whiskey eyes like midnight amber, lips of promise soaked in heat. And every step you took became a rhythm, dark and sweet. You leaned into the microphone like sin was made of breath, a voice so soft and smoky it could resurrect the dead. The piano trembled under fingers aching slow and clean, while desire wrapped your silhouette in burgundy and sheen. You smile like danger's daughter, slow and dripping gold. Men forgot the world they lived in, hearts too weak to hold. The sax cried wild and hunger, begging skin to come undone. And your voice made every shadow fall like lovers overcome. Your hips swayed like confession, like a secret meant to sin. And the smoke around your body touched like hands on velvet skin. You owned the night like thunder owns a trembling summer sky. Every note you shaped was lust, slow, forbidden, wet and high. A man in the front row choked on love he'd never say. Another spilled his courage like a ghost that slipped away. But you only closed your lashes, slow and lethal as a kiss, and sang like every broken dream was made to feel like this. Fell into worship, heat like breathing on the glass. The drum a heartbeat under velvet, time refused to pass. You held the mic like hunger holds the lips it aches to taste. A goddess dipped in jazz and sin no mortal man could waste. Silence electric, thick enough to bleed. Bodies leaning, soul unraveling, every wanting need. And when you drop to whisper, low and honey, slow as sin, the crowd collapsed in shivers like desire trembling skin. Undone lace, and heat clung like a quiet flame. You leaned against the velvet bar the night I learned your name. A saxophone cried somewhere deep, a low, forbidden hymn. And every note it whispered traced its way across your skin. Your smile poured like honey down the edges of the room. Soft, seductive, dangerous, a rose that bloomed in gloom. Walk toward you slowly, like a sinner seeking grace. And you sip the darkened bourbon with the wildness in your face. You told me you were haunted by the ghosts of lovers past, that love was just a fleeting thing. It never seemed to last. But I felt your heartbeat shaking, like a truth you couldn't hide. And the bourbon kissed your collarbones the way I wished I'd tried. We dance without a rhythm, just a pulse of breath and heat. Your fingers grazed my chest as if to prove I was complete. Smoke wrapped around our bodies like a wicked holy prayer. Was like a gunshot slicing open midnight air. The band behind us melted into silhouettes and haze, while your lips pressed close like whispers sinners never say. Your perfume tasted sinful, sweet as velvet against sin. And I drowned inside the bourbon, glowing amber on your skin. You told me dawn would take you, that you never planned to stay, that love exists at nighttime, but it burns out with the day. Yet your trembling hands betrayed you as they wrapped around my waist, and I held you like a promise lovers rarely get to taste. Your voice cracked like the vinyl of a record overplayed, and I kissed the fear inside you that you never once betrayed. The sun began to climb, but you refused to look away. You said, one more hour, darling, I am yours until the day. And when the morning split the smoke like gospel through the bar, you walked out glowing softly like a dying silver star. But the bourbon scent still lingers where your memory has been, and I taste you every midnight, bourbon burning on your skin. Midnight wrapped you like a ribbon, soft as whiskey on the tongue. A slow sax cried behind you like a memory left unsung. Your silhouette a velvet secret in the glow of low red lights, and every step you took felt like the heartbeat of the night. Your dress was liquid satin, midnight black and body fit, a flame against the darkness where desire slowly lit. You leaned into the microphone like you owned the smoky air, and every man forgot his name while drowning in your stare. The pianist played you gently like a lover's trembling hand, while upright bass behind you moaned like someone could not stand. Your voice slid through the silence like a kiss that never ends, and even loneliness stepped back to hear the way you bend. You sang of broken evenings, of a kiss you never kept, of secrets traded softly in the shadows where you wept. Yet every note you offered burned like honey over fire, a woman built of longing but performed like pure desire. Cigarette smoke crowned you like a halo made of sin, a dangerous kind of holy wrapped in caramel smooth skin. Your lips painted like midnight wine, curved slow with perfect grace, and lust and love collided in the contours of your face. The drummer barely breathed as though he feared to break the spell, while someone in the dark exhaled like he'd forgotten how to tell. Your voice slid low, then climbed again, a ghost of velvet heat, and every soul inside the room fell breathless at your feet. You paused and closed your heavy eyes and let the chorus fall, a waterfall of aching tones that drowned the room in thrall. For 3 full seconds no one moved, not even cigarettes. You were worship, you were danger, you were jazz no one forgets. When the final note dissolved like perfume into the haze, you left the stage in silence, and the bar forgot to breathe for days. But echoes of your satin night still smoke through aching minds, a song no dawn can kill, no lover ever truly find. Smoke slow, darling. Let the night move like honey down your spine. Let the shadows draw your outline in a shape made just for mine. You hold the room like velvet, like a secret no one knows. And every breath you exhale bends the city as it glows. Your perfume drips like whiskey, warm and sinful in the air. A slow intoxication meant to drown me with your stare. The saxophone moans lonely, yet you smirk like you're in charge. A goddess carved from moonlight, singing softly from the dark. You lean into the lamplight like temptation in a dress. Black satin clings like worship to your body's tenderness. Your voice tastes like confession, rough, forbidden, aching sweet. And I swear the devil pauses just to hear your heartbeat. Your lipstick bleeds like roses cracked in winter's final breath. A promise meant for pleasure, but a danger dressed in death. You whisper low like thunder that electrifies the room. And suddenly the jazz is not just music, but a wound. We dance without the movement, just two shadows pulled by heat. Your leg slides close to mine like every rule was made to cheat. Your hand runs down my wrist like fire, searching for a vein. A soft addiction rising where desire becomes pain. You laugh like broken angels, golden, vicious in the glow. And all the men go silent when you let your rhythm show. You drink me like a secret you're too lonely not to keep. And I burn like your last cigarette, slow, fatal deep. The morning waits behind the glass like judgment dressed in white. But neither of us cares, this room is garden with a knife. So kiss me like it matters, like there's no dawn left to find. And leave your fingerprints where time can't scrape you from my mind. Smoke slow, darling, breathe your hunger right into my lungs. Let your absence taste like poison when this evening comes undone. For even when the moon folds back and morning steals the bed, I'll still feel the jazz of you like smoke inside my head. The night was slow and heavy, like a whiskey-laced regret. Smoke curled like a promise that the dawn had not met yet. You leaned across the table with a hunger in your eyes, and the world outside fell silent underneath our breathless lies. Your dress was satin midnight, split like secrets of your thigh, the kind that burned like music, the kind that never tells you why. The pianist played a sorrow only lovers understand, and you traced it down my spine with just the softness of your hand. You said you feared tomorrow more than anything you'd lost, a truth that trembled fragile like a kiss we couldn't frost. So I told you stay tonight, let the sunrise wait its turn, and we drowned our hesitation in the whiskey we let burn. Your laughter broke like crystal, sharp, seductive, silver clear, and the way you touched the moment made the darkness disappear. The saxophone behind us moaned like bodies wanting more, and your shadow pulled me closer like a god behind a door. We talked of stolen nights, of love like velvet, hot and slow, of strangers who turn holy when the moon decides to glow. You kissed me like a fever, sweet, relentless, unrestrained, and I tasted every heartbreak you had never once explained. The club lights fell to embers as the hour curled to ash, and your pulse became a rhythm I could feel through every crash. You whispered, don't stop breathing me, and darling, so I stayed, letting every jazz-born moment burn in gold before it fades. Your body swayed like rhythm, tall, commanding, built for sin, like trumpet brass and bourbon heat beneath obsidian skin. The night became a furnace and we melted into flame, two sinners stitching hunger into something love could name. And when the dawn came bleeding through the dirty window panes, we lay in smoky silence, still electric in our veins. You smiled like a victory I was terrified to keep, but whiskey soaked and velvet warm, you sank inside my sleep. afternoon, your silhouette was glowing through the cigarette fumes. You leaned against the table with a smile slow and sly, a secret wrapped in satin underneath a smoky sky. The band began to murmur with a longing low and sweet, and every note that drifted touched the rhythm of your feet. Your fingers traced the outline of the glass you couldn't sip, and heat rose from your heartbeat to the edges of your lips. You whispered something breathless, barely louder than the air, a plea carved out of longing only courage dared to wear. I stepped toward your shadow, but your gaze pulled me instead, and the velvet room grew smaller as you tilted back your head. Your laughter held a danger dipped in honey, dipped in fire, a melody of promises, of hunger, of desire. You said you weren't a lover who could stay or ever bloom, but your touch became a prophecy inside that crimson room. We danced without the motion, just a breath between beats, a closeness shaped by longing and the trembling of our heat. Your lips brushed past my cheek like a secret slipping free, a kiss that tasted too much like the truth you hid from me. Your hands explored my sadness with a softness warm and slow, and suddenly the shadows fell much brighter in their glow. The room fell into silence, though the band kept playing on, for we had made a universe where everything was gone. Your voice was made of velvet when you whispered one more time, a note so full of danger it became a perfect rhyme. You said, if you can hold me till the morning finds the light, then maybe I'll remember what it means to love tonight. And when the dawn crept softly through the curtains lined in red, you kissed me with a tenderness that woke the love we fed. The velvet room still echoes with the warmth of your perfume, and the whispers that you left